Welcome happy hoppers. Like and subscribe to follow the channel.
Once upon a time, in a kingdom cloaked in eternal winter, there lived a young woman named Snow White. Her skin was pale as frost, her hair black as midnight, and her heart pure as the first snow. The evil queen, Morgana, once a powerful sorceress, had trapped the entire kingdom in winter to preserve her beauty forever every day. She asked her enchanted mirror, "Mirror, mirror, on the wall, who dares to challenge my eternal rule?" And the mirror would whisper, "There is one, the girl with a heart untainted by fear, Snow White." Enraged, Morgana sent her shadow hunters to capture Snow White. But Snow White fled into the frozen forest, her red cloak trailing behind her like a flame against the snow. Snow ran until her legs trembled. The forest whispered around her, voices, ancient and soft. When she collapsed from exhaustion, 7 glowing lights approached. They weren't ordinary dwarfs, they were the 7 guardians of the forest, spirits bound to nature, each with a unique power. There was Flint, the fiery blacksmith; Lyra, who could heal with a touch; Echo, who spoke to the wind; Moss, the silent giant; Rune, the scholar; Frost, who controlled ice; and finally, Sol, the smallest but bravest of them all. When Snow White awoke, she found herself surrounded by them. Flint frowned. "You're the one the forest's been whispering about." Lyra placed a hand on Snow's shoulder. "The queen's darkness spreads. You carry the light that can end it." Snow White, still frightened but determined, said softly, "Then I will fight for my kingdom, but I can't do it alone." Days turned into weeks under the guardian's guidance. Snow White learned the ways of the forest, how to fight, how to use her voice to command the wind, how to channel the magic that lived in her bloodline. She grew stronger, fiercer, braver, and with every sunrise, the guardians began to believe the curse could finally be broken. But far away in her dark castle, Morgana watched through the mirror. "So, she rises," the queen hissed, "then she shall fall." One stormy night, the queen unleashed her shadow hunters upon the forest. Fire consumed the trees, the sky screamed with thunder, and the guardians fought valiantly to protect Snow White. Frost froze waves of enemies with icy walls. Flint swung his hammer of flame, but they were outnumbered. Moss fell protecting Lyra. Rune shattered the mirror shards that carried dark magic. Snow White cried out, her heart breaking, but then something awoke inside her. The forest responded to her grief. Winds howled, light burst from her hands. The guardian's powers flowed into her like rivers returning to the sea. She rose, surrounded by a blinding aura. "I am not your prey, Morgana," she declared. "I am the rightful light of this land." Snow White stormed the queen's ice palace, her footsteps echoing like thunder. Morgana waited atop the crystal throne, her mirror glowing ominously. "So the child thinks she can overthrow her queen," Morgana sneered. Snow raised her sword, crafted by Flint's fire, blessed by Lyra's healing light. Their battle shook the palace. Ice clashed against light, spells collided in bursts of energy that split the sky. Finally, Snow White struck the mirror, the source of Morgana's immortality. It shattered into 1,000 shards, releasing the warmth trapped for centuries. The queen screamed as her beauty faded, turning to ash and snow. The winter melted. Sunlight poured into the valley. For the first time in years, the guardians, those who had fallen, returned as spirits of light. Watching over the new spring, Snow White stood on the castle balcony, wind in her hair, her eyes reflecting both sorrow and strength. She had lost much, but she had saved them all. The narrator's voice softens. She was no longer the girl who ran from the forest. She was the queen who walked into destiny. And though her crown was made of snow, her heart burned like fire.
Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to follow the channel.